Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Who's the Anime? Which is Steve, the host, Colin, the other host.
I am the Steve.
He is the Steve. I am the Colin.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, which is Who's the Anime?
Yeah. And we're talking about Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah, we are.
Um,
Just like to put a forward in here just before we go anywhere further.
Okay, go for it.
So this year was be the year of happiness and joy in our anime selection, and going forward, Delicious in Dungeon was mostly that, and maybe not quite that at the moment.
It has turned a tad.
It's almost like Steins Gate, but not as bad as that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. 180 quite like Steins Gate.
No,
No,
it doesn't.
We're definitely, I guess, through the looking glass on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's still got its funny bits.
Yes, it does.
It's not. It's not all funny anymore.
No, it's quite serious.
Yeah, there's some stuff happening.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're going to be covering episodes 13 and 14 today. Finishing off the triad of episodes titled Red Dragon. So this one is Red Dragon 3/Good Medicine for episode 13. And as we'll remember in the previous episode, they had resurrected Falin from the dragon meat using dark magic. And then they had all gone to sleep in that house they had used in the dungeon.
Right next to the dead dragon.
Right next to the dead dragon. And obviously, I meant to say this because I guess I didn't know, is that that dark mage is a guy. I made the assumption that it was a woman, and it's not.
Yeah, apparently it's a guy, yeah.
And I've done that with several characters now, it turns out, because also that short, is it a half foot?
Oh,
in the other party, that has the dog companion,
the Cobalt.
Yeah, I also thought that was a girl, and that's a guy. So just make it just misgendering and making assumptions left, right, and center. Apparently, in this show,
terrible person, Steve. Misgendering.
I am.
Misgendering.
To be fair, like they've the character looks definitely skirt, like in the middle, so it's quite difficult to say. But that being said, this episode does start. Obviously, we've seen the Dark Mage. They have returned, and he's, wondering why the hell there's black magic been used. And we kind of awaken Falin, who just decides to get out of bed.
Yeah. Well, first off, we start with Senji with a conundrum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he basically goes, what am I going to do with all this dragon meat? We're not going to eat it. It's too much, so we're not going to eat it.
He does not notice Falin sneaking out, because Falin doesn't go past him, because Falin exits via the window.
Yeah, at the top floor.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was quite that high until after Laios looks out, and you're like, oh, damn, that's at least 35 feet.
Well, she's a magic user. It's fine.
She is. So, yeah, Falin exits through the gift shop out the window, and goes to see the dark mage.
Oh, the dragon.
Well, the dragon, yeah.
Yeah, she goes to get something to the dragon, and then she's like, hey, dragon, how's it going? What you doing?
Yeah, not much, turns out.
You're not meant to be doing that.
Yeah. I need you to do. You were. I've tasked you with something. Why aren't you doing it?
Yeah, and And then I think Falin mutters like, "Oh no, no!" She just goes, "Oh." Okay,
She
oh
has a bit of a freak out.
yeah.
She
Evil.
does the
Irony.
eye thing, the eye shaking thing,
Yeah.
the crazy anime character thing.
Yeah.
Because when I was watching it with my wife, I was like, "Oh, yeah, she's losing her mind."
Yeah. And then Laios is waking up by his sword falling over. Oh, it's just my sword. And then he looks.
Yep.
And then I think Marcel's half asleep going, "Oh, what was that?"
Asking questions of Marcel at this point is not giving you much value.
No.
He's like, "Have you seen Falin?
What?
What?
Wake up.
What's happening?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?"
Yeah. And he asks Senji, and then he goes, like, I'm going out to look, and looks out the window, and like, oh. And then goes out the door, sees Falin, goes, "Yo, Falin, what's up?" And he says, "I must find Lord Paluzzo."
Delgal.
Lord El
Isn't it?
Paluzzo. Oh, no, wait, that's XL.
No, Il Palazzo's XL.
XL. Makes more sense.
Pull the trapdoor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's the thing is that this dark mage who had been in the paintings again recognizes Laios
Eventually, yeah.
eventually.
Because she's
and
like,
Laios is like, "Oh, shit."
because she's basically like, "You thieves! You're not. Everything belongs to Lord El Palazzo."
Yeah, it does. And what happens is the dark mage, he uses his power to use the fact that Falin had been reborn of dragon flesh,
Mm-hmm.
uses that and some pretty powerful magic to bring about a new form for her.
Yeah. Anyway, so she kind of like sucker punches Laios, and he goes flying.
He Shakao.
Yeah. Falin.
Oh no, wait, no,
Falin
it's Falin that punches her, right?
pushes him.
But
Yeah.
it punches him. No, you're right. You're totally right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's like, "You, oh," and then I think Marcel comes and fires a ball because he was the mad mage is doing the stuff.
She does, because she says, "I won't miss next time."
Yeah. He won't miss next.
Yeah.
Oh no, she says that I won't miss next.
I won't miss next time.
Step away from the people. And then essentially the dark mage is like, "All right, well, I got something for you," and then she just starts summoning more red dragons, little red dragons out the blood of the red dragon.
Using the magic book, he does.
Yeah,
it's clearly some powerful magic.
And then possibly the best bit of this episode. Then she just watches his dragon meat roll out the door into the blood pool.
That's hilarious. He's just like, that doesn't seem right.
No,
why are you doing that?
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh well, I guess like we weren't going to eat it anyway.
Yeah.
So, oh well,
that's fine.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Marcel goes, "Oh, right, I can't do this and that with it, so I'll dispel it." And then when all the dragons kind of fly towards her, she kind of like snaps it with her staff and kind of like dispels them in a fancy way.
Yeah, she keeps shouting, "Dispel, dispel, dispel," and then she gets really into it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, she's got the madness too.
She can't keep up with it and was going quite mad.
Oh yeah, she was losing it. I also, it's the other type of magic that she learns is abjuration. I'm sure I mispronounced it like 35 times in the last episode. So I think it's abjuration magic.
Abjuration, yeah. So basically that goes on, and then for whatever reason, dark mage just kind of goes, "Yeah, I had enough of you," and just kind of like opens the ground underneath them.
Oh, it is Il Palazzo.
It is Il Palazzo, see?
trapdoors them out into the below.
Into the trash compactor.
Oh yeah, my wife was like, "Oh, so this is Star Wars now?" It's like, yeah, I guess it is.
Help me! One I'm trapped in the trash compactor. 3 people.
But yeah, they or Chilchuck manages to find a way out.
No, well, sort of.
Is-
What happened?
Well,
He does like, oh, we're going to die, we're going to die. Ah, no, we're going to die. And then, she's mentioned the Dark Beast kind of walks away, like says, "Oh, I'll create you a new body, return you to your normal body, Falin." And she starts bubbling in the thing, and then there's some ghosts kicking about.
oh yeah, that's right.
And they come over and says, "Don't worry, we'll find our Lord El Palazzo." And let's call him Lord El Palazzo now. For you, with a smile and a grin and a wink.
Yeah,
And
and a nod.
and a happiness. She also mentioned when Falin leaves, she gets tugged by a ghost, and she just kind of knocks it off.
That's right. Yeah, the ghosts try to stop her, and she's like, "No."
Yeah. So anyway, because we mentioned ghosts, this is how they get the trash compactor, where the ghosts kind of open a door in the wall and pull Marcel through, and then Chiltruck was like, "Yeah, we gotta go through the hole," and then the dwarf
she's like, "We don't know how high this up. It's like fucking better than being crushed, man."
Yeah, pretty much, and they just like pile through this thing and land into.
I like the fact that Senshi just kind of picks up Laios, just like
yeah. And then they all fall down and land on them.
They do end up in like a stack of like inverted dominoes on top of each other.
Yeah.
In a room where there's an axe in the wall and something doesn't seem quite right.
Yeah, Chiltruck was like, we better get ourselves ready and move out of here quick. And then boom, orcs appear.
More orcs.
Yeah, and Chiltruck and Marcel is kind of panicking. Laios is out cold from the punch.
Yes, still.
Yeah. And then Senji is just like staring at the orcs going, "Oh, it's orcs." And
as he always does.
And then they're all kind of like picked on the other ones. "Oh, I haven't killed a long deer before. And this half one, feed them to the dogs." And then Senji just goes like, "Yo, are you not by any chance like the sister of like the orc chief?" And she goes, "How dare you?" Or "How do you know that name?" And then they sniff him. "Wait, you're the vegetable guy."
Yep.
So like, yeah, okay.
Think to smell.
You got a pass.
The vegetable guy.
You got a pass.
Yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, your brother sent me here to do some stuff, like kill the dragon."
Yeah, kill the dragon.
We did that.
Yep.
Turns out.
Oh.
Like, oh yeah. Well, let me thank you in my brother's absence.
Yep. And then
by not killing you.
Munching up like medicine and then spitting into the knife.
Yeah, she baby birds some medicine.
Yeah.
Into like there's a. This is the bit where like Laios like wakes up. He's like, "Come on, I gotta go and do the thing. Come on," and like they're like, "No, sit down," and you can see Marcel just like, just medicine falling out of her mouth in the corner of the screen for the whole conversation.
Yeah, well, it's kind of that. That bit is a bit after this, in fact, because
there are some truly great just Marcel's face bits in these episodes.
Yeah, Marcel is just like there. It's like, "Oh no, I'm okay. I don't need this mess. Don't.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Please
I'm fine.
Don't."
It's like, all right. And then this is where Chiltruck basically kind of goes, "Shit, we need to get out of here. Can you get us to the place?" Type thing. When we're just going to lie to them and say that Falin's there because they're all crazy. And then this is basically the rest of the episode is basically him kind of coming to terms with like how to do things.
Well, he's coming to terms with the fact that he's trying to convince himself that he's acting out of self-preservation and is like, "I want to leave here, but I can't survive on my own to leave, so they need to come with me. And he spends a lot of time trying to convince himself that that's why. But is it Lead, the sister, the orc sister, who says it's like, hey, maybe you should just tell them you don't want them to die?
Yeah. It's like, don't need to lie
Like,
to them.
how ridiculous.
You gotta tell them the truth. Because, like, he was like to Senshi, and Senshi was like, you want to lie to them? And then he was kind of getting upset, and then she got way upset. And then Senshi steps in because she was like, no, why would I help you, you coward, type thing. And then Senshi steps in and like, can you help him for me?
He might be a coward, but he's not a bad person.
Yeah. Yeah, so he goes and finds her stuff. And then he sees the blood trail obviously from the dragon, and the corpse is gone. And they had the big discussion about it where he's just like, they're all insane. They really are just insane lot, and they will do that. And they're, I shouldn't have sent them the money. Blah blah blah. And then they return back to where Laios and Marcel was, and Senshi is wrestling Laios because he was like, I gotta go. No, you're really injured. You can't be doing this. And then he kind of just slumps into the corner, and Chilchuck basically says, like, you can't be doing this. You got to listen to me. You're going to die if you keep continuing like this. Think about the rest of us. And he goes, okay. Yeah, maybe it's time to go back.
Yeah. He's like, there are other people's lives at stake here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's again, Laios coming to terms with the fact that he's sort of impotent to resolve the situation. There's nothing he can really do, like right now, to fix anything. So
so isn't that basically the end of the episode?
I think that's pretty much this episode. I like the orc chief sister. She's pretty good.
Yeah, the orcs are pretty sound.
Oh yeah,
they're more sound than
orcs are cool.
More sound than the other ones, and I like the way they describe them. It's like Laios is tall man. Marcel,
tall man, long ears.
Tall man, without long ears, and Marcel's tall person with long ears.
Yeah. Chilchuck is half foot,
I think, and dwarf.
The dwarf.
Yeah.
I think like there's many references to like Senshi. Nobody seems to want to use his name, so he just keeps getting called for a dwarf or the dwarf.
Yeah, vegetable seller.
Yeah, vegetable seller.
Yeah.
But
word's been sent out to the chief as well.
About the that's right.
That
the red dragon is dead because they're like, oh cool, we'll repopulate and not have to go so far up again.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's sorted out. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, what do you think of this one then?
I like the meat rolling out the door and into the blood. That's good bits, man. It's good bits. There's nothing wrong with it as such, but again, it's
done a bit of a come down.
It's
from
we're not following the plan, Steve. We're not following the plan.
I don't know. The meat rolling in was pretty funny.
Yeah.
The threat of Chilchuck being eaten by the dogs was quite funny.
I mean,
Senshi's 1,000-yard stare, no matter what circumstances he's in, it's quite funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's very charming. It's
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it depends on what you think. It's a fun, happy anime.
Well, put it this way: my normal anime watching is like Death Note or Attack on Titan. So it's like, hey, it's a lot cheerier than those.
Yeah. It's, it is. I suppose it is still cheery, man. You can't. It's not a downer as such, but it's just like, Falin's kind of been taken away by the mad mage, and they all go, "Oh shit, he's the mad mage."
it's got that OG Trigun vibe, where there's kind of a relatively serious plot line underhanging mostly a joke.
Yeah. I suppose it's more, yeah, kind of the late 90s, early 90s anime.
Yeah, it definitely I mean, there's a lot that can be really said about this show. Like it looks very pretty. I think the dubbing is exceptionally great. All the characters are
Mm-hmm.
interesting and fun. It has a good sense of humor. Like we're halfway through this now, and like I'm pretty interested to see how this comes about because this is not where I saw any of this going.
Well, I had my thoughts on it.
Oh, okay.
On it, like it's like especially at the start when the premise is I'm off down to save my sister who's been eaten by a dragon, and it's like, oh, it doesn't digest that fast. Oh wait, is that a skeleton?
Well, yeah, yeah. Like I mean, I think like that's the first hard turn of this show was oh she's dead.
Yeah,
You're like oh
I mean,
oh okay.
you,
I mean, of course, but you didn't make me think that would be the case.
no. Well, at the same time, it's like I don't know. The first hard turn, I think, was in the first segment of the series, man, where it's just like chomp. No, brother, chomp.
That's a good point. Is like it kind of immediately goes in that, but then
Yeah,
it sort of then we get walking mushrooms and everything's cool again for a little bit.
yeah, happy life, and no one's like stressing out about that. But like you can see, Laios is now proper upset about losing his sister. He's come to terms
Yeah,
because
yeah, that's right.
before he was like a big denial of it,
Yeah,
maybe it's because the fact that you don't really die in the dungeon and such.
well, I think like it's extenuating circumstances, isn't it? Because like there was no way, there was just no way that they could have waited. Like they couldn't, like they had to do something. They had to act,
Yeah,
and in doing so, they have kind of done something they're not supposed to have done, and
yeah,
that's bound to have an impact later on. I'm sure, as it's already starting to have an impact now.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, what do you rate this one then?
I'm going to give it maybe a 9. That's fun.
Ooh, okay. I'm on an 8.
Yeah,
It's still really good.
I think it's the
And now we're sort of
the meat.
now that they're in agreement to stay in, or
Oh,
yeah,
leave.
well to stay together and leave. We head into episode 14, Sea Serpent.
Yeah, before we get too far to the sea serpent, what's on your T-shirt today, Steve?
Oh yeah,
is that Snoopy, Snoopy Gohan and Charlie Brown Piccolo?
it sure is.
All right,
Yeah, it's one of my favorite mashup T-shirts.
that's not bad. Like,
A lot of my anime ones I realize now are all mashups.
yeah,
But yeah, it's God, this T-shirt must be like 7 years old.
was it? I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen it.
No,
No,
oh, I've had it for a while.
maybe you had it under things.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a good T-shirt. In fact, like I was wearing it this morning when my youngest, went to school, and when he came back from school, he looked at my T-shirt. He went, "I like your T-shirt," and I was like, "I was wearing this morning."
yeah, but he wasn't caring about that.
No, and it's like also I've worn this before.
I don't believe you, Steve. Even the youngest is like doesn't remember that.
We had a conversation as well. As like he's like, we're learning French in school. I was like, oh, like that's cool. What words do you know? He's like, oh, good night. I was like, oh, what's good night in French? He's like, I don't remember. I was like, well, I can't remember either. So I'll ask Siri and see what it is.
Bonjour.
And it was bonjour is hello, but bon nuit
Uh huh.
is good night. And I was like, oh, of course, like, your mum says that all the time. Like, she always says bon nuit when she's going to bed or she's saying goodnight to you guys. And he's like, I don't think so. I don't think she's ever said that. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure she said that like a million times. I don't know how much you kids are paying attention. And then had the same conversation with the eldest as well. He's like, I don't think mum's ever said that. I'm like, she absolutely has. Like a million times. You're not paying attention is, not really helpful.
Yeah, see all that extra effort you put in?
It's all wasted.
Yeah, my nephew's like that.
Just gets pushed out by Fortnite and
yeah, see, man.
And memes.
Fortnite and memes.
But yeah, the interesting thing is my wife is still watching this show and quite enjoying it, I think. So we didn't have as much success with Attack on Titan, which I'm kind of understanding why now. So
what? Where does she fall off Attack on Titan? Episode 3?
Beginning of season 2.
Oh wow, she lasted quite long. I thought she would...
Yeah, like she watched it, but I think like it got to the point where it was like, this is just such a bummer, and I'm like, no, it really is, and you know what? It's gonna get worse. So
it's gonna get worse.
Maybe we should stop now. Yeah, it's like this is not gonna get better.
No.
This progressively gets worse as the show continues.
I think.
Oh man,
I think I might have watched season 1.
It's real good. Like I would I would absolutely recommend it.
The blonde hair kid annoyed me.
Oh, Armin?
Yeah, he's a bit whingy. Oh no, everyone's dead.
Yeah, he gets a bit less that way as he becomes more of the tactician type.
All right.
But yeah, like I was watching clips of Dragon Ball Abridged, and it was my favorite one was, "Am I stronger than me? I'll fucking kill me."
Who's that?
It's just Vegeta. It's like, wait, am I stronger than me? I'll fucking kill me.
I always mean like. I instantly knew it was Vegeta.
It's also his other one was like someone says, "Wait, do you really believe your own hype that much?" And he goes, "Bitch, I am the hype."
Yeah. Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Abridged is so good.
It was pretty good. Like, Emmy.
It's the good stuff. So yeah, now that we're on the second half of the season now. So the titles have changed and the outro have changed.
Yep.
I like the animation for the new intro.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm not a big fan of the song.
We're in the bowl of soup, ramen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And then the outro I don't like either as much. I don't think it's as good.
Like I say, I don't get much of the outro because it's just kind of next episode. Click.
Oh, it kind of like. I mean, that's all I really get is the. But yeah, it's good. But yeah, the new music, it's fine. It's just not as good as the rest.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is this takes the narrator comes back and goes, previously.
That's right.
In Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah.
And then takes us back to the bit where the gnome heals the other party.
Yeah, the Kabru's party.
Kabru's party, yeah. And he goes, "Yo, we healed you. Time to pay up. I'll just take the cost of the thing that I healed you with. And let's go." And then they're like, "Who moved us? Oh, it's that same group that stole from us. How dare they? But we have no food. Oh,
yeah.
They keep stealing our food. What? That's weird.
That is weird.
So they decide to leave themselves.
Yeah, it's quite funny because of course they're still in this bit where the mermen and stuff were, because that's where they got resurrected.
Yeah.
And then they start walking back across, and this mist descends, and my wife was like, "They're really bad at crossing this water."
Yes, they are. Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, they really are. They just like cannot seem to get that far across for some reason.
Yeah, and they're talking away about stuff, and then suddenly it's just him and a bunch of other people, monsters, and he's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
And then one comes at him with a axe, starts flailing, and he's like, "Wait, I know these movements.
Yeah.
This is this person."
Yep. It was one of his party, and he's like, this is illusion magic.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Okay, so that's this person who's frozen in the confusion. That's this other person who won't do it. The one that ran off was the halfling."
Yeah, after the person runs in with the axe, and then he stops them, they just go, "Wah!" and run away.
No, I think that...
Is it not that person? I thought it was the same person that attacked him that ran away.
No, I think that was the halfling.
Oh,
It
you
ran
just
away.
see them going, "Ah!"
Yeah, that's ran away. So that's that person that ran. So that means like this what's her name is the mage.
Rin?
Yeah.
Is it Rin?
Yeah, that means Rin's
He's like,
there.
"Uh-oh. Yeah, shit.
She's-
We have to watch out for her because she could turn us all into dust immediately. So I'm going to need to figure something out."
Yeah. So he charges at her and gives her a kiss.
Yep. It's the only way to stop her from doing
Yeah.
an incantation.
And they do it so they kind of see each other. You think, "Oh, he broke it," but then it's like, nope. That's just easier to animate.
It's like, wow, I really wish they didn't. I really wish she didn't look like a fish.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, that's rough.
Yeah. And then there was a bunch of other people there. It was all right, okay. This person's this person that. Oh, that's the guy that's cast it slowly.
He identifies the caster because they don't have a weapon to attack, and they'll stay from distance.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part about this is that they kind of deal with all that and stop all the things. It turns out it's that group of people who resurrected them the first time and falsely sent them going after Laios' party, saying that they had done the wrong thing, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite bit because he's like, well, okay, here I go killing again. Kubo just like goes mad on all of them.
Yeah.
But my favorite bit of that is him getting the trident and jabbing it through the guy's throat.
Yeah.
Because I think what that person is like, come on, just kill these guys. Because they're like, no, they're just unconscious. It's like, take them back to the resurrection office and, get the money. We'll split it 30-70.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
Yep.
I was like, whoa, okay, fuck. And he's like, no, actually, stab through the throat. And I think it's like his party members would go, like, I actually burst out laughing at this. Was like, wow, I'm glad he did the right thing.
Yeah. They were more. they more was like, oh yeah, that's more him than what he was doing. It was like, oh no, don't do that.
Just so funny. It's like, oh, like he didn't kill those defenseless guys. He did stab that man through the throat, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did the right thing.
And then took all the other one.
Yeah.
And then the mage guy who's like being held down by their dwarf was like, no, don't kill me. That's cool.
And he clearly does kill that guy.
Yeah, it kind of cuts back and he obviously kills them and throw them in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of course, like this sort of thing is illegal. It's not supposed to happen. Adventurers are not supposed to attack. Because I think he threatens to report him to the Lord.
Yeah.
At first.
Yeah.
But you could make money.
Yeah. And at this point, I think they start saying island lords.
The Island Lords, yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of and everyone seems to be from islands.
Yes, that's right. Because we kind of we see a bit of that in this because so the main thing is he wants to identify the other party because I think he comes to the conclusion he's like, well, could be a few things. It's like maybe they did steal from us, but maybe they didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe there was not. Maybe that it was a trap that we sprung all along, or all of the above are true.
Yeah.
You know, like it could be any measure of these things, but listening to the type of party, it's weird that there's only this many of them.
Yeah.
And also, you don't see many parties with an elf.
Yeah. So, they have a meal. It's like, oh, we're really hungry, and they go, oh,
Yep.
and it goes field rations, and presents it as a presents it as a meal. And over this meal, this is where they discuss it. Like, oh yeah, an elf mage could be this person, but nah, she's not that good. And then looks at the thing and it's like, yeah, that looks like someone that went to mage school. It did the
that was the protection spell.
Yeah.
That they had that Marcel had. What was it, like hair she had wrapped around the wrist or something like that? Yeah,
and
because he kept the gauntlet or something.
Like he's still wearing it. It's like, you still got that? Why you got that? Oh, it's evidence.
Yeah. I need this.
Yeah. So basically, it's some thing. So it's like, oh, okay. Actually, it could be these two. And then he goes, it's Laios and Falin, the siblings.
Yeah.
And then
they've seen them in the pubs before.
Yeah. In the bars.
They were making some insinuations about where their money was going and how they were paying people and things like that.
Yeah. Later on, because they started going. Because when they got healed by the other person, they saw Amari, who is a dwarf.
Yes.
And
yes.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, that's one of the party," and I was like,
"Yeah,
that's weird." And then they also mentioned about Shiro. Yeah. So, and they were like, "All right." So they basically covered everyone in this, talking about who each one is, and then they do make insinuations. Basically, because Laios was a party of guild merchants, and the guild people got all the money and said, "Oh, we were ill," and then they started making their ill-gotten ways. He got labeled with them somehow. Not sure.
Yeah. What is he? It's Laios and Falin Toden.
Yeah.
Is the name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think basically he realizes like, oh, Laios probably wants to like defeat the dungeon mage, like the dark mage, and rule the dungeon. That's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
So
because I want to do that.
I that's my job.
We're going to dispel the curse in this dungeon, because if we don't, then the monsters get out and ransack the villages up above.
Yep.
Like showing he's almighty.
They they decide to continue on, don't they?
No, I think
they decide to go back up.
They're still going back up.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they get like accosted by a lot of bladefish, and he goes, "Oh no, not the bladefish isn't what you need to worry. It's what below you." And then this big giant sea serpent kind of flies over them, and then he's like, "All right, I can get this," and then Ginger jumps on his shoulders and throws a grenade down its throat as it comes up, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah, it's pretty baller.
And then some weird demon lady is there.
Yeah.
And then Shiro comes in and does the final blow.
Yeah. As my wife pointed out, is that what she said? Wow, that one has very thick thighs.
Which one?
It's like the one with the horns, the actual horns.
Oh, the Oni one, yeah.
Yeah, the Oni.
Yeah.
Like, she has very thick thighs. It's like, she does.
Yeah. So That's how they meet Shuro, and they go, "Yo,
Yeah,
you're Shuro."
he is not looking so great.
Yeah, no,
That
he's
dude
not.
looks like he hasn't slept in a year.
Wow, huh? That's foreboding.
Yeah, it's definitely like very well illustrated. There are very few characters I've seen in something where I've been like, man, that dude needs a nap.
He's a wreck. I saw him
Yeah,
like, oh, he's older than I thought he is. But
yeah,
but,
yeah.
but it might not be that. Um,
No.
so yeah, so they kind of meet him and they go, "Can we join your party or something?"
Well, yeah, I think like he's not even talking to him.
Yeah,
He won't even acknowledge him. He's like, we're just passing through. He's like, we'll be on our way.
yeah,
And he's like, oh, but you're looking for the Toden party, right?
yeah,
And he's like, oh, okay, do you know something? And all of a sudden he's like, whoa, 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 tell me.
yeah,
And Kubro's like, Kabru's like, oh, maybe we should have some information for you.
yeah.
And he's like, we can help you. So it seems like that those two parties are now one big party.
Yep, yeah. And then that's gonna end this episode, right?
We jump back to present day with our party, and a couple of days have passed, and they're trapped in the underground city, and all the exits have vanished, and they're not sure how to get out. And I think this one ends on them basically like not being sure how they're gonna leave because they're worried about being
Yeah.
hungry.
No, I thought that's how it starts the next episode.
Oh, it does. Like it picks up exactly from there.
Yeah, I don't remember them. Oh, maybe yeah. And I think narrator chips in at that point was
Yeah, it's literally the cliffhanger, like
yeah,
of like, oh, there's no food.
yeah,
There's no food, and you don't know how to leave.
yep. And they're just lost.
Yeah, that's the end of this episode.
Yeah, it's not as good.
No, I enjoyed the other characters coming into it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
uh,
it's
but it is very much like I say, he kind of talks through his hand. Like this is a low budget episode in a lot of places where there's not a lot of movement, and he doesn't move his mouth, and he's just ha 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 ha
yeah,
for a
yeah.
lot of it. So
That's because he's
yeah.
thinking, man.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
just his thinking face. At first, I lift my eyebrow like this, then I'll lift the other eyebrow. I can't do that. That was Harry Birdman. That was a reducto.
Did you get that thing I sent you?
Did you get that thing I sent you? Yeah, no, that was reducto in I think it's the first case he had where he was like in the court case and he goes, "This is my thinking face." And he just had his hand over his face and he lifts one of the eyebrow and the other one. Harry Birdman. Anyway,
Classic.
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 Yeah, that's the end of the episode, man. End of the episode for sure.
And how do you feel about that one?
I'm going to give it a 7.
I think that's fair. I don't think it's as good. Like it's still intriguing, and we're still like on our way to do some stuff. But
Yeah,
it's not
it's
it's not the same.
an episode to pull in the new characters in.
Yeah, it's quite traditional. I think for like it's kind of it's the first episode again where we're now like setting up the premise for the second half of the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty good. I think a 7's fair.
Mhm.
But on that note, we've managed once again to listen to an entire episode of Who's That Anime, an anime podcast about anime, which can be found where all good podcasts can be found. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. And if you like to support what it is we do, you can do that by leaving a review. You can do that by telling a friend about how much you enjoy this. And hopefully get them to listen to. If you want to support us financially, you can at patreon.com/Who's That Anime, where you get early episode releases of Who's That Anime podcast and our other podcast, 5 Minute Fusion, which is a journey through Dragon Ball. We are currently on a bit of a hiatus on that, but we'll be picking back up in we're on Namek still.
Yeah, we're still fighting Frieza.
Yep, Frieza and Namek. So it's still good, still pretty good.
I think
But,
I think Goku's about to appear, if not already.
I think Goku's almost back.
Yeah.
Again. Goku frequently leaves to get milk from the store.
He's not that bad.
He's a terrible absentee father.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
but
he's there with his son now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. But yep. You can also find us at facebook.com/who's the anime, where we post the latest episode releases and the occasional anime meme. We have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the show notes. And we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/who's the anime, where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of these episodes. And if you like to listen to your podcasts on YouTube, you can, because the RSS feeds for both Who's the Anime and 5 Minute Fusion can be found there. And that's us.
Yeah. That is us. That's us, Steve.
This is much easier and cheaper to do, so we could just get like a static image of you and I holding our hands above our faces.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. Hopefully this is actually... It's still audible, hopefully. I am aware I'm covering my mouth.
Yeah, I think it is. It's like your echo chamber, though. Echo.
Well, we'll be back next time.
Yep, next time. Well, see you later, folks. Have a good time. Bye.